The Psychology of Silence: Why Quiet People Are More Powerful. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that rewards constant noise, instant opinions, and endless self-expression, quiet people are frequently underestimated. They are labeled as shy, passive, or lacking confidence, but silence is not weakness. It is restraint. It is awareness. It is control. Psychologically, silence creates space, and space creates tension. When conversation suddenly pauses, the human brain becomes uncomfortable. We are wired to interpret silence as uncertainty. In social settings, silence triggers subtle anxiety because people fear judgment, rejection, or awkwardness. That discomfort pushes people to fill the gap. And when people rush to fill silence, they often reveal more than they planned to. This is why silence shifts power dynamics. In negotiations, for example, the person who speaks first after making an offer often loses leverage. A simple pause can pressure the other person into adjusting their position. Silence forces the other party to question their certainty. It makes them think. It makes them explain, and sometimes it makes them concede. Words can expose intention. Silence invites exposure. Quiet individuals often hold an advantage because they observe more than they express. While others are focused on being heard, quiet people are focused on understanding. They pay attention to tone changes, micro-expressions, posture shifts, and emotional inconsistencies. They listen not only to what is said, but to what is avoided. This builds psychological awareness, and awareness creates influence. Silence is also connected to emotional regulation. Strong emotions push people toward immediate reaction. Anger demands defense. Ego demands validation. Fear demands explanation. But when someone chooses silence instead of reaction, it signals control over impulse. Emotional restraint communicates stability, and stability is perceived as strength. When a person does not react to provocation, they disrupt the emotional momentum of the situation. Arguments depend on reaction. Conflict feeds on escalation. Silence removes the fuel. Without fuel, tension weakens. There is also a social perception effect. People often associate loudness with insecurity. Excessive talking can signal the need for approval or dominance. Silence, when calm and confident, signals comfort with oneself. Comfort reduces the need to prove. And the less someone tries to prove their value, the more valuable they often appear. Mystery plays another role. Humans are naturally curious about what they do not fully understand. When someone reveals everything immediately, there is no curiosity left. But when information is shared gradually and selectively, others become more attentive. Selective speech increases perceived depth. It creates intrigue. In leadership settings, silence can amplify authority. Strong leaders do not interrupt constantly. They allow others to finish speaking. They pause before responding. That pause signals consideration and control. When they finally speak, their words carry more weight, because silence made them rare, and rarity increases perceived importance. Silence also enhances thinking. Research suggests that pauses in conversation encourage deeper cognitive processing. When there is space, the brain shifts from reacting automatically to evaluating thoughtfully. This reduces impulsive decisions. It strengthens clarity. However, silence must be intentional. Avoidance is not power. Suppression is not strength. Silence driven by fear shrinks presence. It communicates hesitation and self-doubt. But silence driven by awareness expands presence. It communicates discipline and control. The difference lies in intention. Powerful silence is a choice, not a retreat. It is the decision to speak only when words add value. In social dynamics, the person who controls their reactions controls their presence, and presence shapes perception. Quiet people are underestimated because they do not advertise their thoughts, but power is not measured in volume. It is measured in timing. It is measured in emotional discipline. It is measured in awareness. In a noisy world, silence stands out. And when silence is calm, controlled, and intentional, it becomes one of the strongest psychological tools a person can possess.